There was a time in my life when I wanted something so badly, it almost hurt. I wanted to speak English, not just read it, not just understand it. I wanted to speak it out loud, naturally, confidently. But there was a problem. A big one. I had no one to speak with, no English-speaking friends, no partner to practice with, no travel plans, no fancy language school, just me, alone in my small room. And the question that kept echoing in my mind every single day was, how do you speak English fluently when you're all alone? It felt impossible, but today I'm here to tell you this. Not only can you speak English alone, you can become fluent right there in your quiet little room. How do I know? Because that's how I did it. I didn't grow up speaking English. I wasn't born in an English-speaking country. I didn't even know where to start. But one day I stood in front of the mirror. I looked at my own reflection and I whispered, "Hi, my name is Priya. I like coffee." That was it. That was my beginning. It felt awkward. I laughed. I almost gave up after the first sentence. But then I said another one. "I am making tea." Then another, "I feel sleepy." They were simple, silly even, but something beautiful began to happen. I was creating English, not from a textbook, not from a grammar lesson, but from real life. My life, and that changed everything. You see, we don't learn to speak by learning rules first. We learn by speaking first. Think of a baby. A baby doesn't sit with a grammar book. A baby listens, repeats, and speaks. So I started speaking to myself, out loud, every single day, while brushing my teeth. I am brushing my teeth. While cooking, I'm chopping tomatoes. I love the smell of garlic. While walking, wow, it's cloudy today. Maybe it will rain. Was I fluent yet? No. Was I perfect? Not at all, but I was growing. And slowly, this lonely room I lived in became a secret classroom, a private stage, a little English world that belonged only to me. And in that world, I made a promise to myself. I will speak every day, even if I make mistakes, even if I feel shy. So I kept going. I made the mirror my friend. Every night I stood in front of it. 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. I looked at myself and talked about my day. Today was boring. I woke up late. I didn't do much, but I feel okay. Or I spoke my dreams. I want to travel. I want to speak to people from around the world. I believe I can do it. No one judged me. No one laughed, except maybe me, and that made it fun. One of my favorite things was what I called the English thinking walk. I would walk around my neighborhood, quietly whispering in English. Not loud enough for others to hear, just enough for me to feel the words. I'm walking slowly. I feel the wind. My mind is calm. And as I did that more and more, something magical happened. English stopped being a subject from school. It stopped being a test. It became a friend, a voice I trusted, a way to understand myself better, and still I was alone, but not lonely. Because every sentence I spoke brought me closer to the person I wanted to be. I discovered another method, shadowing. Have you heard of it? It means you listen to someone speak English and you copy them. You become their shadow. I played English vlogs, podcasts, and interviews. I paused after each sentence, and I repeated not just the words, but the tone, the rhythm, the emotion. I laughed at myself many times. My voice cracked. I messed up words. But I kept going. I also recorded my own voice every night, just for 2 or 3 minutes. It was like a diary, but I didn't write, I spoke. I felt lonely today. I wanted to cry. But I watched a funny video, and it made me smile. I made pancakes this morning. They were delicious. Over time, those small recordings became my treasure. Not because they were perfect, but because they were proof that I was trying, that I was growing. I did phone calls with myself. Yes, I pretended. I walked around the room saying, "Hi, how are you?" "Oh, really? That's amazing. I watched a movie too." It was silly, but I didn't care. Because something deep inside me knew, if I keep speaking, I will become a speaker. Let me tell you something that I hope you remember forever. Fluency doesn't come from talent, it comes from consistency. Even 5 sentences a day, even 1 minute of practice, even a whisper in the mirror. They all matter, because when you speak alone, you're not just learning English. You're learning courage, and that courage, it becomes your confidence. So, my dear friend, if you're sitting alone in your room tonight, wondering, how can I ever speak English fluently when I'm all alone? Let this story be your answer. You can start with 1 sentence, say it out loud, then another, and another. Turn your room into your English world, your mirror into your conversation partner, your mind into your teacher, and celebrate every small win. When you say a full sentence without translating, smile. When you speak for 1 full minute, dance. When you sound natural, say, "Yes, I'm getting better." Because you are, you don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a language partner. You just need you. You, your voice, and your belief. And that is more powerful than anything else. So here's what I want you to do right after this video ends. Choose one tiny practice. Speak in front of the mirror. Whisper while you walk. Record your voice. Describe a photo. Pretend to call a friend. Shadow a video. It doesn't matter what you choose. Just start today, because your room isn't just a room, it's your personal English-speaking studio. And your journey, it doesn't start when someone else talks to you. It starts the moment you choose to speak. So speak, even if your voice trembles, even if your words are simple, even if no one hears you. Speak. And one day when someone asks you, How did you learn to speak English so fluently? You'll smile gently and say, I learned alone in my room